Muy buenas, ¿qué tal estamos? Aquí volvemos en Sherlock Holmes, joder, me salía Dark Souls, Rainbow Six, digo, what the fuck. Y aquí volvemos en otra vez Dark Souls, Sherlock Holmes. Y vamos a continuar a ayudar a los niños estos que a ver, que les están intentando culpar de un asesinato. ¿Os imagináis que es culpable de verdad? Y claro, la decisión moral es, ¿se lo digo, le sentencio y pierdo a los niños? O no, o sea, bueno, da igual, me callo. Eh, Acusado de un asesinato doble. Half Moon Street. Calle de la Media Luna. Eh, Joder, tengo siempre un lío de cables. Tengo el cable del mando, de los cascos, el del micro y el del dispositivo alternativo de grabación. Y es como, a ver, nos calmamos. Claro, tengo aquí empiezan a hacer una orgía de cables brutal. Bueno, vamos a empezar. Que me están intentando aquí encasquetar a los niños un asesinato y no me hace gracia. Voy a mirar. No sé por dónde es, voy a mirar por aquí un poco. Oh, pues es por aquí. No digo nada mal rollero, ¿sabes? Pues espérate un momento. Pues voy a mirar por aquí. Hijo de puta, qué susto. Hostia puta. Chaval.
Holmes, poor little Wiggins needs our help.
Lo sé, lo sé, lo sé. Voy, vamos para allá. Llegamos.
Please, gentlemen, leave the scene now. Oh, Mr. Holmes, is that you?
Good evening, Constable...
Constable Marrow. I was here with Inspector Aberline during the Ripper case, Mr. Holmes, back in '88. But then this is nothing like that case. With this one, we've got the murderer, the weapon, and the statements, which speak for themselves.
Of course, Mara. But you know that appearances can sometimes be deceiving. Who were the victims?
The two men here, both shot. The stout fellow was Brian Vercotti, a well-known ruffian. The other, Kenneth Butler, a jeweller by trade.
You spoke of statements. You have witnesses?
Well, I was there, so I gave my own
Oh.
statement. And then there were two other witnesses who said they saw the killer Chapman. Mr. Turner, a gentleman who lives in that
Chapman.
flat over there. And Polly Powell, a flower seller, who was over at the far side of the street.
Chapman.
So, Constable Marrow, I should be delighted to hear your testimony.
I was standing at the north side of Half Moon Street. That was the side that you came from.
But you would have been unable to observe this part of the street, where we are standing now.
That is correct. But I saw the two victims slowly enter Half Moon Street, and then shortly after, the fireworks started. A few minutes after that, the fellow Chapman rushed towards me and ran into Half Moon Street.
Please continue.
I didn't pay attention, but suddenly I heard a woman's cries and police whistles on the other side of Half Moon Street. I rushed over there and I saw the two dead bodies on the ground. When I reached Whitechapel Street, I saw Leighton Chapman. He'd been caught by two police constables.
Did you hear the shots?
I didn't hear any shots. The fireworks were all over the sky. They were so loud I couldn't hear anything else.
What were the fireworks in honor of, Constable?
Well, today's Queen Victoria's birthday, Mr. Holmes.
Esto está
Yes, I
bastante
appear to have lost track of the
premeditado.
days. It is May now, of course. Constable Marrow, what else caught your attention while you were running through Half Moon Street?
I saw nothing but rats, and I took the time to light every corner with my lamp.
Did you happen
¿No
to
vio
look up at
casquillos?
Mr. Turner's window when you were on Half Moon Street at that time?
Yes, I saw that the window was open, but no one was there. It was dark in the room.
Constable, your statements have been of great value to me.
Vamos a ver, Vertiga.
A fairly long pole with a forked end.
Vale.
He tried to stop the bleeding with his hand. Death was not instant. The bullet penetrated his stomach,
Uf.
a dreadful wound.
Dicen que es de las peores muertes, un tiro en el estómago.
A tattoo from Westgate Prison. Vercotti must have done some time there. Brian Vercotti suffered greatly. What a terrible way to die.
Vale. Y... aquí hay un algo. Trozo de
A
madera.
piece of wood that has stuck between the cobblestones. Let us take a closer look. This shard of wood is quite new. The bullet struck his head. This man didn't stand a chance.
Supongo que este murió primero. Y al otro, pues, ¿dónde le pilló?
This is
Creo.
an ordinary key. I wonder what kind of door it opens.
Vale.
I'll do anything to save my brother, Mr. Holmes.
Aquí hay madera, pero bueno, espera un momento. Vale, a ver.
Good evening, Mr. Turner.
I heard Constable Barrow reply to you as Mr. Holmes. Are you that detective gentleman? I've heard of you. And well, I know things. Things about this evening.
Excellent. Might we hear your story?
Lo primero. De la cabeza nada, ¿qué coño? Veterano de guerra, cojera.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
I was already in bed when the fireworks started. A few moments after, I clearly heard 2 gunshots from outside.
Please continue.
I quickly got up and I grabbed the lamp from my nightstand and I rushed towards the window. I looked down and I saw 2 bodies. And there was a man with a gun who was
Pero
standing
¿cuántos años
nearby.
tiene el hermano
Where exactly?
del
Well, near
chaval?
this body.
Did he notice you?
I don't think so. He rushed towards Whitechapel Street without looking around.
Mr. Turner, did you see anyone else in the street?
No, I saw no one but that man, the murderer, the fellow they caught.
Were the 2 shots you heard consecutive?
Yes, there was a very short pause between them, and they sounded different somehow. It seemed to me that the second shot was louder than the first.
That is an interesting comment. Mr. Turner, what were your actions after you stepped up to the window?
I was afraid that the man with a gun might return, so I stayed close to the window till I saw the policeman coming in the Half Moon from Whitechapel. Then I walked out to tell them everything I saw.
You have helped us a great deal, Mr. Turner.
A ver. Vista de Turner, afirma para... Turner. Declaraciones contradictorias. El señor Turner afirma que él permaneció junto a la ventana de su piso hasta que llegó la policía. No obstante, esto se contradice con la declaración. La gente no vio a nadie en la ventana. Vale, un momentito. Disparos distintos, dos víctimas, no. Vale. Registrar el piso de Turner. Bueno, ahora voy. Voy a ver lo que me dice la señora. Por aquí no. Bueno, esto no será nada, ¿no? No, aquí ya. Aquí no me deja. Fantástico. Vale.
Mrs. Powell?
What do you want?
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting the police with their investigation of the crime that took place this evening.
Well, I've already gave my testimony, but very well.
Ah, no la vale.
Could you tell us everything that you may have seen or heard?
Yes. I was selling my flowers as usual, and then the fireworks began, in honour of Queen Victoria. I enjoyed those. But then, all of a sudden, a young lad ran out of Half Moon Street and stopped just by me. He had a gun in his hand. He was like a ghost, and all covered in blood. It was dark, but I could see him, because of the flashes from
Que
the
ella estaba aquí.
fireworks.
And then?
I screamed as loud as I could. I knew that a policeman should be on duty in the vicinity. He had no time to escape. 2 constables got him.
No sé.
Then another constable came out from the very same street, and I heard him talking of a horrible murder.
No me deja, ¿no? Analizar.
Mrs. Powell, did you hear the gunshots?
I'm not sure. You know, what with the fireworks?
Es lo que estaba
Did you
pensando,
see
los fuegos
anyone else
artificiales.
leaving
Y
Half
bueno,
Moon Street prior to or at the time of the crime?
No, sir, I did not. Even with all the fireworks, I was very attentive, as I'm always on the lookout for customers.
My thanks to you, Mrs. Powell.
otra chisma contradictoria. Por aquí no me deja, ¿no? Más. No. Ok. Vale, pues vamos a investigar el piso de este señor. Déjeme entrar, por favor.
Mr. Turner, you have stated that you remained close by your window after the crime, is that correct?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. I stayed at my window until the policeman arrived to examine the dead bodies.
Contradicción de Turner.
That is very interesting, Mr. Turner. Constable Marrow stated that he did not see anyone at the window when he was running through Half Moon Street.
Well, I think Constable Marrow and me, we might have been distracted by the whistles and shouts coming from Whitechapel. We could have missed each other somehow. You understand what I mean? It was a bit of a stressful moment, to tell you the truth, sir.
Allow me to form my own theories, Mr. Turner. Would you mind showing me the view that you had from your window?
Not at all, Mr. Holmes. Please, follow me.
Mr. Turner appears to live very modestly.
Pero puedo examinar toda la casa en plan. No, yo.
A perfect match.
Hostia.
So, Mr. Turner broke his stick when it became stuck between the cobblestones. He did not mention that he was so near to the victims.
Hostia puta. Tío.
The books on this shelf are in a mess. It looks as though Mr. Turner was trying to find something in a hurry here a short while ago.
Hostias.
Mr. Turner was roused from his bed by the sound of gunshots.
Aquí no hay nada más. Parece. Aquí no.
The papers are almost entirely burned. I am unable to see what's written here.
Mirando, se está grabando bien todo, espero, creo, no sé.
These words are illegible. This fire is dying out. It was last tended to over an hour ago. The papers were thrown into the fire just a short while ago.
Mesa de cocina.
There are pieces of shredded paper scattered over the table.
Cojones.
This kitchen knife is quite sharp. This kitchen knife was used to cut the paper.
Que luego tiró al fuego.
So, that's the view Mr. Turner had when he opened the window. The dead body of Kenneth Butler. Brian Vercotti's contorted corpse. Mr. Turner had a perfect view of the crime scene. He saw the bodies clearly, and Leighton Chapman standing over them.
Termina la secuencia. Vale, a ver. Se levantó. Cogió algo. No, dejó el bastón roto, cogió algo. No, a ver. Se levantó. Creo que... No, el cuerpo no, coño. Abrió la ventana. Miró hacia abajo. Se aproximó... No. Se aproximó al cuerpo. Cogió algo. Dejó el bastón roto. Cortó los papeles con el cuchillo y tiró algo al fuego. Claro, yo esto no lo he examinado, ahora que lo pienso. Pero bueno. Hostia, pues el policía tardó en llegar, ¿eh? Porque la velocidad de este tío... Cogió algo ahí. El bastón atascado, a tomar por culo, ahí se le partió. Volvió. Claro, aquí igual llegó el tío y no vio a nadie en la ventana. Aunque aún así, joder, tardó un poco, ¿eh? Dejó ahí el bastón. Yo creo que sí que tiene más o menos sentido, ¿no? Más o menos. Tampoco voy a decir que sea la verdad absoluta, pero... Y ahí, pues para el fuego.
So Mr. Turner used a book to hide an object that he found on Kenneth Butler's body. The question is, what did he find?
Huellas de grasa.
I can see prints from greasy fingers upon the cover of this book. Let us take a closer look.
Moby Dick.
Well now,
Coño.
what a find. A precious jewel concealed inside a book. A bracelet with a unique ram's head design. A distinctive feature of ancient Grecian artifacts, probably of the Hellenistic era.
Conversación, vale.
Mr. Turner, how would it be possible for a man of advanced years, such as yourself, to rush from his bed to the window in a matter of seconds, as you have stated?
Well, I'm able to move very quickly, despite my age. And when the situation requires it, Mr. Holmes.
Y la cojera.
I highly doubt that, Mr. Turner. I observe that you suffer a severe limp due to your injured right leg. It would have taken at least 10 seconds for you to approach the window. That means you could have easily missed something or someone in Half Moon Street during that time.
You're right, Mr. Holmes. I could have missed something. But it did seem to me that everything happened so quickly. Oh, time can pull tricks on you.
And what of everything else that you told us? Mr. Turner, it is vital that we have your complete and true statement.
Mr. Holmes, I do assure you that the other things I said were most sincere.
No me toques los cojones, brazalete.
Mr. Turner, you were not sincere with me. Not then, and not now.
But Mr. Holmes...
This, Mr. Turner, does not look like anything that a poor man might possess.
Hostia.
It is worth more than the home that you live in.
I can explain.
No, merely correct me if I am wrong. You saw Leighton Chapman through the window, but you also noticed a glittering object on the ground, this precious jewel. You walked down and took the bracelet from the body of Kenneth Butler, and when you heard the whistles, you hurried away. That broke your walking stick. It caught fast between the cobbles. Constable Marrow was unable to see you in the window as you were climbing up the stairs on your way back to your flat. Upon returning home,
El papel
you
cortado
hid
era
the
del
precious
libro.
jewel inside a book.
Mr. Holmes, please don't send me to prison. I didn't do anything bad. I'm just a poor man. When I chanced upon the bracelet, I saw it as an opportunity to make a little money. I was desperate. I only took the bracelet, that's all, I swear.
You made a mistake by lying to me. But you are not a criminal. I believe that. Although I must return this bracelet to its rightful owner.
Averiguar algo sobre el brazalete que será en los archivos, efectivamente. Vale. Pues vamos a Baker Street. ¿Me dejaba ir a Scotland Yard? ¿Por qué exactamente? Ah, para interrogar al chaval que tienen allí, claro, es cierto, ni más cojones, es verdad. Vale. A ver, archivos. Buscar el brazalete. Estas bellas joyas forman parte de la colección de tesoros helenísticos. Le he dado un poco al azar. Estaban buscando, dando un poco al azar, un poco a todas, ¿vale? No voy a mentir. Estas ven en la colección de tesoros helenísticos. En la imagen se aprecian las 5 cabezas de carnero labradas en un brazalete, un collar y un anillo, todos de oro puro. Los 5 carneros de Mitilene llevan desaparecidos desde
Here it
1885.
is. I need to continue my research in my archives.
Sale el artículo sobre antigüedades. Los 5 carneros de Mitilene desaparecieron del museo en 1885. Robo en Bellington. Tesoros helenísticos robados, perdón. Un robo a traición. Los tesoros helenísticos fueron robados por la noche de ayer mientras se transportaban en un carruaje desde el Museo Británico a la exposición de arte de Glassford. El dueño de una casa de empeños, Kenneth Butler, se puso en contacto con Scotland Yard esa noche e informó a un caballero que había intentado venderle una serie de objetos históricos en su local de Church Street. La policía procedió a arrestar al hombre descrito, un ladrón profesional llamado Vincent Foley, que estaba intentando escapar de Londres por el puerto. Fue identificado por el conductor superviviente del carruaje que transportaba la colección de tesoros helenísticos. Vincent Foley se niega a confesar dónde está el resto de tesoros robados. Ha sido llevado a prisión. Los tesoros perdidos aún no han sido hallados.
One of the victims, Kenneth Butler, was involved in the story of the stolen Hellenistic treasures. A visit to his pawn shop should tell me more.
Vale. Vale, aquí estamos ya. ¿Es este señor? No creo, no tiene pinta. ¿Una casa de empeños? No. ¿Esto? Butler, sí. Oh.
Mr. Butler's key matches the lock perfectly.
Por aquí, estantes.
Crampons and a sharp ice axe would only be brought here by a mountaineer. A flare pistol. Perhaps it was pawned by a destitute sailor.
Hola. ¿Qué más cosas hay? Ah, vale. Oh, carnero.
The ram's heads. This necklace belongs to the 5 rams of Mittelin collection. Interesting. That means that Kenneth Butler owned a part of this collection all this time, 10 years after the theft.
Lo suyo sería irlo moviendo, ¿no? No sé. Carta. Hey Kenneth, me acuerdo de que en una ocasión me hablaste de 3 piezas de joyería en oro de la antigua Grecia con cabezas de carnero labradas. Todavía las tienes, ¿no? Pues tengo buenas noticias para ti. He encontrado un hombre podrido de dinero que está como loco por esas joyas. Está dispuesto a pagar una fortuna. Puedo concertarte una reunión con el millonetti si nos repartimos las ganancias. Te estaré esperando en el cruce de Great Alley con Half Moon Street el domingo por la noche antes de los fuegos artificiales. Brian Bercotti. Igual, espera. Móvil del robo. La búsqueda de los tesoros helenísticos perdidos pueden ser el móvil del crimen que se cometió en tal Half Moon Street. El señor Turner recogió el brazalete justo después del asesinato, pero el anillo sigue en paradero desconocido.
It looks as though Mr. Butler kept a careful record of his operations.
Ah, pero no lo cojo. No lo cojo. Punto de interés.
A flare pistol.
Sí, pero... Tengo 2 puntos de interés. Eso y la pértiga esa doble rara. Pues voy a Scotland Yard a ver qué me dice el chaval. Bueno, primero a ver las pertenencias del chaval y luego ya a ver qué me dice.